Hi, this is Orkoprabha Nondi. Today I am doing my second task as a data science and business analytics intern. So today my second task is from the given Iris dataset I have to predict the optimal number of clusters and represent it visually. So for this reason I have given this dataset, and in this dataset I have 6 columns, and from this and in this given dataset we have been given sepal length, sepal width, petal width. So these are my features, and the species column is given, and there are three types of flowers. One is Iris setosa and Iris versicolor, and another one is Iris virginica. So here in this given problem I have been given this Iris dataset, and I have to predict how many number of clusters should we form, so that the three flowers, how many number of flowers under Iris setosa, under Iris virginica, and another one is Iris versicolor. So how many flowers will be there in each group. So we have to represent that visually. So for this reason I have imported all the libraries which are which I needed to do calculation. So for this reason I have read the data from this dataset, and I've been displaying the first few rows of the data, because it is because we can find that when we invoke this save function, the size of the data is 150 rows and there are 6 columns. So it is impossible for me to define all the rows of the data. So therefore I have printed first 5 rows of the data. Now I am describing the data. So in this describing data I have, in this per column, sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. So in this per column, the what is the mean, standard deviation, what is the maximum value of each column, all are printed here. Now I have to find, is there any null values in the dataset? If there are any null values or missing values, if there are any null values in the dataset, I have to, as a data pre-processing, I have to replace that null value with the mean value of each column if there are any null values in the case. But here for this reason I have to check if there are any null values are present in the data or not. So for this reason I have invoked isNull function and dot sum to count how many null values in the dataset per column. So I have found by executing this line that in any column there are no null entries. Okay, so therefore there are no null values in any column of the dataset. Now here I am standardizing the data such that in each column the mean will be 0, mean equal to 0 and standard deviation equal to 1. So why I am standardizing the data? Because if any column, suppose in any column, suppose in sepal length or sepal width, petal length and petal width, in any of the 4 columns, if any of the values of each column is in a certain range such that in this sepal width column the values dominate the values of the other 3 columns, if in that case that situation occurs, our model will only take the values from that column, from this sepal width column, where the values are in a high range compared to the other 3 columns. So therefore our model will take will predict the output, or will represent the clusters by only taking the values from the sepal width column, and it will ignore the other 3 values which are in the range compared lower which are in the lower range compared to that of the sepal width column. So to make all the columns of the data set within a given range, so for this reason I am standardizing the data. So it means all the values in each column, sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width, will all be in the range between -1 to +1. So therefore, for standardizing the data, I have from sklearn library, I have imported standard scalar module, and from that standard scalar will be the class, and scalar is the instance or object of the standard scalar class, and I have created. So I have uh, I have using fit underscore transform function, and in this fit underscore transform function I have put all the columns as a list: sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. I have put all these 4 columns in this data list, and I have put all those values in the data underscore scaled variable. So now I am converting this data scale into a data frame. Basically, I am converting this list into a data frame by using data frame, which is a function of pandas. Now here my data frame comes into display. So these are the values after standardizing the data. These are the values of 0th column, first column, second column and third column. Now I have created an empty dictionary which is named as SSE underscore scaled. Okay. Now for clustering I have imported k-means package from sklearn.cluster. So I have to find here number of optimal clusters I have found, which is determined on the basis of inertia values. And what are inertia values? Suppose I am designing a cluster, and in the cluster there are certain number of data points are there, and in that cluster, in that group, there is a centroid, and from that centroid I have to from that centroid the data points in that cluster, centroid in the cluster and the data points in that cluster, I have to find the distance, the intra distance between the cluster and the centroid. That distance is known as inertia. The distance between the centroid and the data point in that cluster is known as inertia. So for forming a good cluster and a compact and a small cluster, inertia must be as low as possible. So I have to find for which cluster. For cluster in range 1 to 20, means I have to run this loop from 1, 2, 3 up to 20, and in that range I have to find what will be the least inertia value, and for that least inertia value I have to select that particular number of cluster that gives me lower value of inertia. So that will give us the model, the optimal number of clusters to represent the number of clusters visually. Okay, so for this reason I have fitted the scale data in the k-means function, and I have appended the inertia corresponding number of clusters. The corresponding inertia values are appended into this empty dictionary. Now I am plotting this graph, and here is the SSE values and here is the number of clusters. So when I plotted this elbow curve, y-axis is SSE values and x-axis is number of clusters. So while I am plotting the elbow curve, I found that this value 3.0 value, when x is equal to 3.0, here the elbow curve is just started forming. So therefore So here I found that for x equal to 3, the y value will range from 100 to 200. Basically it will give me value certainly above 100. So since this, at this point, since the value elbow curve starts forming, so I choose the value x equal to 3.0 as my number of optimal clusters. Now here I am in the k-means variable. By using the k-means function, I have put n underscore jobs equal to -1. Now, why I am writing n underscore jobs equal to -1? Because my laptop is a hexacore CPU. So for this computation, I will utilize all the cores, all the 6 cores of my CPU. So therefore, I have mentioned n underscore jobs equal to -1. And here number of clusters according to my optimal value, I put 3. And therefore I have to take my predictions. I have to find my predictions using the k-means model. So I have used fit underscore predict function from the k-means, and I have put the scale data in it as an argument. And here my prediction comes. Predicted target values. Basically these are 0, 1, 2. These values are comes, and 0 means for the flowers which belong to Iris setosa group, and 1 the flower which belongs to Iris versicolor, and 2 belongs to Iris virginica. Now here I have put the scale data frame into frame, and here the frames comes into display. And I have created another column, that is frame cluster, and here I put all my predicted data in this cluster column of the frame, and I counted that how many values are, how many flowers are under in each category. In 0 category, how many flowers? In 1th category, that is Iris versicolor, how many flowers are there? In 2nd category, how many flowers are there? That is calculated by using value underscore counts function. Now here I am printing the, after appending this cluster column with this frame, I am printing all the frame values. Now I am visualizing the cluster with the help of first 2 columns. So here first 2 columns mean I am using 0th column and the 1th column. With the help of this only 2 columns, I am visualizing the clusters. So here I am using the scatter plot. Scatter plot will give us the best view of the number of clusters in each group, and therefore for the 0th group of flowers, and by taking its first column and 0th group of flowers and the 2nd column I have taken here, and here I have taken number of flowers is equal to 100, and this plot number of flowers belong to this Iris setosa category that are displayed in a red color, red cluster, and they are labeled as Iris setosa. And similarly, in this way, how the Iris setosa flowers are displayed, similarly in this way Iris versicolor flowers are displayed in blue color, and Iris virginica, this type of flowers are displayed in green color. And now I am plotting the centroids of each cluster, which are centroids are depicted in this yellow color. And here I am taking all the values of the 0th column, that is all the 3 categorical flowers of values of the 0th column, and all the 3 values of the category, all the values of three categorical flowers of the first column, so those are taken in x-axis and y-axis, and 100 will be the all the number of flowers in each category that I have taken, and centroids are taken in yellow color, and therefore this is plotted. So here these are the flowers which belong to Iris versicolor, these are the type of flowers which belong to Iris setosa, and these are the type of flowers which belong to Iris virginica group, and therefore these are the centroids of each group. I hope that my discussion in this through whole code will be easily understandable to you. So if there may be any errors or if there are any ambiguity in my explanation, please comment. Thank you.